25 years, more activities here on More 94. It's your morning after your shooting Big L in the building. Good morning, family. Hope everybody's feeling good. It's Tuesday, the 29th day of September 2020. And as we get ready to officially get into our Sideline Sport Report, I want to say big shouts out to those Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, this guy is showing the NFL, and a lot of people was wondering why he makes so much money. Exactly why he's the truth, man. And his mommy, just in case you didn't know, Jerome, his mother said we're not allowed to call him Pat Mahomes. His name is Patrick Mahomes. All right, don't mess it up. Don't shorten that. He's Patrick
Sound
Mahomes.
like you, man. Mama's boy.
It could be. That's we the greatest. We the greatest. Mama's greatest, right? All right, man, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jerome right there. Good morning, my brother. Was good.
Hey, don't put a water, man. Big Good morning, Bahamas. This is Sideline Sports and Entertainment Bahamas. Turning stories from the sidelines and the headlines here only on 194.9 FM. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this lovely Tuesday morning. Got to hop into our sport report. We'll start off, Big L, just with a recap of the NFL from last night. Yeah, and it was the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And the Kansas City, the defending champion Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they manhandled the Baltimore Ravens last night. 34-20 was the final score. Of course, it was the matchup of the Super Bowl MVP going up against the league MVP. And yeah, Patrick. Patrick came out on top, man. You know something, Big L, from the beginning of that game, I noticed it was almost like the Ravens were kind of shook, like they were almost scared. Lamar Jackson admitted it after the game. He's like, as far as they're concerned, he thinks that the Kansas City Chiefs are their kryptonite. Just some of the stat lines talking about Patrick Mahomes. 31 of 42 last night for 385 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. On the flip side, you had Lamar Jackson, 15 of 28 for just 97 yards and 1 touchdown. As a matter of fact, they were saying, I think since he's entered the league, that's his lowest performance. It was quite a game. I was watching that game, Big L, and man, the Kansas City Chiefs, I haven't seen a team like with that many offensive weapons for a long time. Now, I'm a big Pats fan. I haven't seen anything like it, man. They
really got it together, bro. And they're playing as though they know they can go back to back Super Bowls. They're not trying to get to the Super Bowl. They feel as though the regular season right now is an inconvenience. Yeah. They're just ready. They look like they're ready for the bowl now.
Yeah, man, that sideline was really loose last night. Again, shouts out to all the Kansas City Chiefs fans out there. This came across the timeline as well. At Earl Thomas, might actually be signing with the Texans. The Texans are supposed to bring him in for a workout. Of course, he actually was cut from the Baltimore Ravens following an altercation during practice. So again, it looks as though Earl Thomas might have a job. Now on to some basketball news. We're just one day away from the NBA Finals. Again, it will be the Heat and the Lakers. Of course, the Lakers are definitely favored to win, but there are a lot of people betting on the Heat for an upset. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. And also talking some other news from the NBA, Doc Rivers finally, I shouldn't say finally.
Yeah, don't say finally. Don't say finally. I don't like how that sounds. Don't say finally. But
yeah, him and the Clippers agreed to mutually part ways. He stepped down. Again, he got all the accolades, but again, he is the only NBA coach to have ever lost or have lost multiple games or multiple series after being a 3-1. So shouts out to Doc Rivers though. Definitely one of the good coaches out there. But yeah, just wasn't able to get his teams to the mountaintop.
There's a lot of talk that he might be heading to Philly. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I know the talks have kind of come up, seeing that Philly is looking for a coach. We'll see what happens, man. You know what? I think it might be interesting. It might be a good fit for him as well.
I think Philly have other issues though. Embiid and Simmons. I think they have that like Kobe Shaq thing going on right now. I just don't think they could play together anymore right now. They have
Yeah,
to you have to break that team up.
yeah, I think Embiid definitely wants the ball more. He definitely wants to be more of an influence. But yeah, they haven't found a way to get the ball to both of them. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens there. And finally, this one not so good, man. Hate to hear this story. Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban actually had to help out one of his former players, Delonte West. Apparently, he has been diagnosed, or he is bipolar, and he was seen panhandling at a gas station in Texas, and yeah, so Mark Cuban sent out a car,
But
grabbed him up,
but
and
shout out to Mark Cuban, man, for
yeah,
stepping up because
yeah,
he could have ignored like a lot of other folks ignored it
yeah,
in the NBA. Like people talked about it, but nobody stepped up. So
yeah,
shouts out to Mark Cuban, man,
yeah,
and definitely putting his money where his mouth is and showing that once you're a friend or
yeah,
you're in my circle, you're in it for the
and
long
then
haul, man. And
yeah,
I salute Mark Cuban for that, man. Dallas Mavericks, that's a good look.
yeah,
I
man,
like that. Shouts out
yeah,
to
man.
Mark Cuban.
Yep, and hopefully all the best for Delonte West. But yeah,
All
as
right.
far as sports this morning, man, Big L, all on you, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Romy right there to play from them. It's time for me to get right back into some more music, man, before we wrap up this hour ahead. Skinny Banton with Wrong Again. Good morning.